Yeah. The fanatic. Where we keep it 100, keep it real. That's the only way we know how to be. Talking that sports talk. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of South Carolina. Upstate, A64. Yeah. TFANATTIC. The fanatic where we keep it OG. We talking sports, so I call what.
Welcome into the Fanatic Sports Show for sports fans by sports fans. It's your boy Coach I. And as you can see, man, I got the stat guy over there, man, rocking and rolling, coming off the big win at night in Kohler Town, man, over to Texas A&M. What's going on, stat guy?
Good, Coach. We over here vibing. Got the hat on backwards. Got my stunner shades on. Getting ready to get off of here with you. Got to get down to Kohler to film the newest TikTok with our boy Coach Beamer. Hey, man, rolling in Kohler.
Hey, man, live it up, man. Like, in the season preview, man, listen, your own schedule to be right about what you predicted. You said the ceiling was 10-2. You said the floor was 8-4. I did pick you guys to go 6-6. So this Missouri-South Carolina matchup is kind of key. You know what I'm saying? You're 5-2. If you get a win over Mizzou, that's 6-2. Then you follow that with Vandy and Florida. You could very well be 8-2 before it's said and done.
Yeah, coming into the year, man, the win-loss prediction for the betting line was 5.5 for South Carolina. Most people were somewhere in that 5-7 to 6-6, 7-5 range. I just really like the way our schedule set up this year. I knew Arkansas and Georgia was going to be brutal. There was a chance we start 1-2. But I really like our chances to finally get over the hump with Kentucky this year, finally get the monkey off our back and beat Texas A&M for the first time in school history. And, hey, man, we're rocking.
That's right, man. Hey, you getting it done however you got to. Just Beamer Ball is alive and well in Columbia, and that's how you guys are getting it done. Let's just do a quick recap. This past weekend, Missouri beat Vanderbilt for a conference win. They're making them 3-4 overall. They jumped out on Vandy 17-0, and then Vandy scored 14 in the second half, but Mizzou was able to hold them off. And like we just stated, man, it was a night game in Columbia, man. They Gamecock football Instagram posted a picture of the aerial shot when you guys were doing the USC, and the lights were flickering after the first touchdown. It was live. Y'all was live down there. I ain't even gonna lie. I've always said that William Bryce is a raucous place to play, especially at night after you guys have had a couple of spirits and going on down there.
Yeah, no, I mean that. I'll be honest. I think that was probably the best atmosphere we've seen in William Bryce since 2012 Georgia. And probably only rivals that game for the best experience we've seen in Willie B in a long, long time. The place was packed to the rafters. You had the state fair next door. And it was just loud. And what better way? I don't even know if you could have dreamed a better start for South Carolina. 100 yards to the house on open kickoff, a pick on the fifth play of the game. Then your crowd's loud. You're causing false starts. You get the fumble because there's miscommunication between the center and quarterback. I mean, what a way to start the game. And, yeah, we didn't put them away. You probably wish you would have. But end of the day, we count W's and L's over here, and it's a W, and we're 5-2. And, hey, don't get it twisted. This is Missouri at the 25th ranked South Carolina Gamecocks this weekend.
That is correct. The South Carolina Gamecocks are now ranked 25. So, hey, it's only up from here if you want it to be, man. Let's go ahead and jump into this preview, man. Let's talk about that Missouri offense versus the South Carolina defense. Neither of which, in my opinion, have been anything to write home about. The Missouri offense has kind of been, last year they had Connor Bazelak. He left. I thought he was a pretty good quarterback. I thought they would have a chance to have a decent offense. The one bright spot on that Missouri offense is Luther Burton. It's like it doesn't matter where they give them the ball. I mean, he only ran the ball one time last week. Well, he's a wide receiver, but that one rush went for 10 yards. You know what I'm saying? He had 4 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown. He's in the return game. It's pretty much, like almost like a one-man show on the defensive side of the ball for South Carolina. Also have been leaving something to be desired. I mean, coming into the year, we knew about Cam Smith and what he could do. That secondary, how you feeling about the secondary, dog?
Yeah, I mean, we're finally healthy. Spalding's finally back. Rush is back. Had the key interception against A&M on the first drive, turned it down to the 5. We're finally healthy in the secondary, and I think that's going to play a big part. And it's going to help us long term for the freshmen that got some key burn and some key minutes in games earlier this year, long term for success. But we're healthy. I think the big question that people look, and you talk stats, South Carolina has 10 sacks on the year through 7 games, but 6 of those came in the Kentucky game. Heading into Kentucky, we only had 4. And while they didn't record a sack against A&M, the pressure they put on both King and then the backup when he came in can't be understated. I mean, what Jordan Burge, Zach Pickens, Taka Hemingway, what those guys did, it felt like even when they were completing passes, the quarterback was picking himself up off the turf. Every single play, we were getting somebody home. We saw a lot more exotic blitzes with bringing guys off the edge. Cam Smith rushed the quarterback a couple times. So it's just really good to see kind of the defense playing with a little bit more confidence and a little bit of swag to themselves.
Okay, so what do you want to see this Saturday going against that Missouri offense? Like I say, they came out, I ain't going to say they started fast, but they did put up 17 in the first half against Vandy. But what do you want to see this Saturday, or what would you like to see this Saturday early on from that South Carolina defense?
Yeah, I mean, Missouri isn't really like some potent offense you have to dial up something and worry about any one particular thing. But, hey, end of the day, these are guys playing in the SEC. They're playing at a Power 5 school for a reason. I want to see the defense show up and really make a difference. Let's try to get back to some of these defenses of old that we've been known to have at South Carolina that was kind of our bread and butter. So I think for South Carolina, it's just going to be trying to have a dominant performance on the defense. We've kind of been bend, don't break this year where we give up yardage, but we're able to stop people from scoring touchdowns. We need to try to cut that out. I'd like to see a lot more punts happening from Missouri's side of the field instead of getting stops in plus territory.
Speaking of punts, going along with the South Carolina defense, normally coaches categorize special teams with the defense. You guys lead the nation in block punts, by the way. So if you can force them into 4th and long and get them to punt the ball, Beamer ball, like I said, is alive and well. So on the flip side, the South Carolina offense has been a mystery to me anyway. Going against the Missouri defense. Missouri is top 25 in total team defense. So they can it's almost like they have a good defense or a decent defense, and their offense just puts them in bad situations, which probably hurts them overall, but they do have a tough-nosed defense. The South Carolina offense, the reason why I say it's been baffling, man, is like you guys got Marshawn Lloyd. The offense, I don't care what their name is, who's on the offense, the offense should flow through Marshawn Lloyd. You should keep Jaheim Bell to start the game off. How about that? Jaheim Bell was lining up as a traditional tight end. Now, he's not the greatest blocker. Maybe that's why you guys move him all around. I heard the announcer say he was the most talented guy on the team. I'm like, I don't know about that. You still got Wells. You still got Josh Van, who's vastly underused. And you got Marshawn Lloyd. So what do you want to see from that offense? Because you guys started the game last week hot to trot on a 100-yard kickoff return, follow that up with a pick down to like the 5, and then had to get a field goal. So what do you want to see? Like, not for nothing, you know what I'm saying? You guys, the first couple drives, like I say, kickoff return for a touchdown, and then the fumble and an interception, and you guys still really couldn't move the ball like you wanted to.
I mean, you're talking about us having 17 points less than 6 minutes into the game with 19 yards of total offense. Which is just an abysmal stat. I mean, you look at that and you're like, what in the world is going on? I'll be honest, after the pick return to the 5, if I was the offensive coordinator, I grab Marshawn Lloyd by his shoulder pads and I say, hey, son, you're getting the ball 4 times. figure out a way to get 5 yards or maybe just go back to the locker room. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so I'll be honest, I was really impressed with the offense. 18 carries for Marshawn Lloyd, 92 yards. I tell you, I want him touching the ball 22 to 25 times on handoffs a game. So a little light there. But really, I mean, second half, 15 carries for 82 yards. So showed what he can do when he gets the touches. A key part of the offense is our Wake Forest transfer. Bill Smith, the running back, is now back from injury. We use him in a wildcat look some. He's 5'9", 5'10", 205, another physical runner. We like to run between the tackles. But the offense has weapons. Still too many wide receiver screens for my liking. They love those. But, I mean, Jalen Brooks, Josh Vann, Juice Wells, Stogner, Jaheim Bell. And in my list, I mean, Jaheim Bell's probably like 5 or 6 on who I want to see touching the ball, honestly, even with some of the mismatches he causes. And so our offense has talent. We're just underutilizing that talent right now. So let's maybe have a better offensive game plan going in and then go out and perfect it and perform it to the best of our abilities and have a big game on offense.
There it is, and Missouri will be trying to hold that offense, kind of like I say, Texas A&M. You guys put together some yards, but Texas A&M score wise, I'm saying, was able to hold y'all to 13. I say hold y'all. They they had already given up 17 to start the game. So, but either way, you got the points. Missouri will be looking to keep that a little bit lower because that's their style. They're gonna want this game in between the 17, 14, 28, 21 range. They don't want to get into that 30 range because they can't really put up those points, man. Give me the point spread and the over under for this home game at 4 o'clock, I think, for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, this game's gonna kick off at 4. I'm so thankful it's not a noon game. Noon games are brutal, especially coming off the high that South Carolina is. Hopefully that 4 o'clock start is a little bit better. I also think it'll help with attendance. We're going to sell out. The place is going to be rocking. The over-under is going to be 47, which I think is extremely high for this game. And then the spread is going to be 5, with South Carolina being favored at home.
Okay. Do you guys, you told me you guys play for a trophy. What's the name of this? This is the Battle of the City of Columbia, South Carolina, and Columbia, Missouri. But what is the trophy called?
We play for the Mayor's Cup. It's another trophy that the teams don't control. It just gets passed between the 2 mayors of Columbia. So it's going to be the Mayor's Cup. It currently resides in Columbia, Missouri, as they have won the last 3 contests. So we'll be looking to, snap another streak, which has kind of been the theme of late for South Carolina.
Okay. All right. I think I'm going to take South Carolina to win this one. You said the spread is 5. I think it's going to be an ugly game. Because South Carolina, I feel like, is riding an emotional high, and it's not just because I know y'all say Texas A&M, it's not good, but this is 5-2 is a big change from last year they went 76 overall. Right now you got a chance to smash that in the next 2 games. You got a chance to be bowl eligible here. I think you do get the win and become bowl eligible, but I think Missouri covers the spread. I got South Carolina 24-21.
Ooh. So, yeah, you kind of hit on all the points, man. Beamer ball is thriving right now, making plays on defense, making plays on special teams. Look, this is a game that, as a Carolina fan, it has to worry me because Carolina's MO is to drop a game to a team they should beat after being on a high. But, look, this is not your older brothers, South Carolina Gamecocks. We are absolutely rolling right now. Look, man, it's October. South Carolina's time is the month of October. That's when we're at our best. Hopefully, one day soon, we'll be at our best in January playing for a natty. But we're not there yet, so we're going to enjoy the good times we have in front of us. I see us making plays on special teams, whether it's going for 2 with some of the weird conversion attempts we line up in before we shift into the field goal unit. whether it's Kroger in the punt game. He pinned Texas A&M inside the 6 twice last Saturday. So he's incredible in his own right. And I expect that we finally give Marshawn Lloyd his 22 to 25 touches. I look for him to have a huge game on the ground. And Spencer's really coming into his own, cutting down the turnovers, getting rid of the ball, not taking the bad throw to try to force something in there. And I look for us to have an explosive game on offense. I'm actually taking South Carolina to roll and win this game big. I'm taking us to win 34-10. Willie B is going to be rocking even at 4. And you're really going to see this Gamecock team continue to pick up momentum as we head down the final stretch into the season to try to do something big this year.
There it is, Tiger fans, Gamecock fans. Listen, man, this will be the first of 2 Tigers you guys take on. Let us know what the score prediction you think gonna be and what the keys to the game, and if South Carolina has an emotional hangover from the huge atmospheric win last Saturday, man. For the Stat Guy, this is Coach High. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll be here after Stat Guy gets back from making this TikTok beamer with the Sunglass King, Shane Beamer. This is the Fanatic. We out of here.
Peace, baby. Turn my swag on.
We got it jumping like it's that valley. I call my dogs out the pound, let's go eat. Turn on the Fanatic, let's have a debate. Who really hold down the Southeast from state to state? What team hungry gonna eat everything up off their plate?